Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to talk to you about an extremely healthy plant that we should include more often in our daily lives, the richest plant source of omega-3 that exists. It's an inexpensive, nutritious plant, easy to incorporate into various recipes, and it brings many health benefits, including reducing inflammation. You're going to love this video. Stay until the end because you won't want to miss it. If you love tips on nutrition, health, and fitness, you're going to love this channel. So go ahead and subscribe and remember to turn on the notification bell to get updates. I post new videos every day and you're going to love them. If you love these videos about the beneficial power of different plants and about reducing inflammation in our bodies, you're going to love this video. So go ahead and leave your like now. Tell me if you pay any attention to omega-3 in your daily life. Do you try to include sources of omega-3 in your diet? Do you take any supplements, or do you not worry about it at all? Write to me down here in the comments. It's very important for us to try to manage this issue of omega-3 because there are fats that we consume daily that are pro-inflammatory, especially those vegetable oils. Remember that I have a video talking about this here on the channel. Sunflower oil, canola oil, these vegetable oils are usually very pro-inflammatory and bad for our bodies. Besides trans fat, of course, which is the worst and the most inflammatory of all, and there are some types of fat that are extremely healthy for us to consume. And when we think of healthy anti-inflammatory fats, we always think of omega-3. Because in fact, omega-3 is one of the healthiest fats there is, since it really helps us shut down this inflammatory pathway in our bodies. We basically have two paths to follow regarding this. There is a more pro-inflammatory path and a more anti-inflammatory path. And omega-3 is able to shut down this pro-inflammatory pathway and stimulate the anti-inflammatory pathway. So increasing the proportion of omega-3 is very important. If you have any kind of chronic disease, if you have arthritis, if you have inflammatory problems, if you want to boost your immunity, and this plant ends up being super rich in omega-3, which is a huge positive point for it. This wonderful plant, purslane, which is often considered a weed because it really is very easy to plant and cultivate, and many people don't know about its beneficial effects. You can try planting it at home if you have a garden or a vegetable patch, or you can even buy it, usually at stores that sell organic or natural products. You can already find purslane, but I think it's easier to ask a neighbor or someone who has it because it's a plant that you can really get very easily. When we talk about omega-3, we basically have three main types of omega-3, which are EPA and DHA, which are usually more related to animal sources. We find them mostly in fatty deep-sea fish species such as salmon and mackerel, in cod liver oil, for example, as well as in egg yolk. And we also have ALA, which we find more commonly in plant-based foods, especially in chia, flaxseed, and other vegetables, for instance, leafy greens. What's interesting about purslane is that it has a large amount of ALA, just like other plant-based foods, but it also has a good amount of EPA, that other type of omega-3, let's say the subtypes of omega-3. And it is closely linked to reducing inflammation in our bodies. Above all, it's also excellent for cardiovascular health, so it's a great addition to our daily routine and very affordable as well. Because of its strong anti-inflammatory potential, purslane ends up being used by many people who have arthritis, some type of chronic inflammation, or even for those who have low-grade chronic inflammation. So, if you suffer from arthritis, joint pain, or a more inflamed body, adding more purslane to your daily routine can be very beneficial. I have a playlist about the anti-inflammatory diet, and I'll leave it down below in the description. Purslane can also improve insulin sensitivity and help regulate blood sugar levels. So, if you want to improve your blood sugar levels, keep them more stable, if you want support in controlling diabetes, or if you want to lose weight, purslane will help you in that regard. Of course, it won't replace your medication, whether you have diabetes or not, but because it has a lot of fiber and these natural compounds that can help sensitize insulin, it might also be interesting for you to add more of it to your daily routine. Purslane is also very rich in antioxidants, especially vitamin C, E, and A, which are three of the super antioxidant vitamins that we have. So, if you really want to prevent premature aging, if you're looking to reduce inflammation in your body and to slow down or prevent the onset of chronic degenerative diseases, eating more purslane will always be a great option for you as well. Purslane is very nutritious. It is rich in calcium, potassium, iron, magnesium, zinc. So even though it is low in calories and can even be consumed by those who want to lose weight, it is very nutritious. It has a low energy density, but it is highly concentrated in nutrients. Therefore, it's an excellent addition if you're trying to lose weight and if you want to keep your immunity high during the weight loss process as well. Purslane is also very beneficial for intestinal health as it can reduce inflammation in the gut, improve intestinal motility, make it easier to pass stool, and help the intestines function better. Our intestines are connected to our brain, our good mood, and our immunity, so it's extremely important that they work well. Remember that I have a playlist here on the channel where I talk more about this too. Purslane has many beneficial effects, but it contains a relatively high amount of oxalate, about the same as spinach. So if you have any kind of kidney problem, it's best to cook the purslane in water and then discard that water, even adding a few drops of lemon. Chop it up and use it in your salads, your juice, or wherever you like. Normally, for the vast majority of people who don't have kidney problems, using a reasonable amount of purslane occasionally really won't cause you any issues. But it's always important to make this kind of note, especially if you have kidney stones or any special associated condition. Purslane is also really interesting if you want to improve your cardiovascular health, boost your heart health, circulation, and so on. First, because it is very rich in healthy fats, which are already a protective agent for the heart. It is also rich in potassium and magnesium, which can help regulate blood pressure. And it's very high in fiber, which helps lower cholesterol and also improves cardiovascular health. So if you have any heart-related issues, adding more purslane to your daily routine will also be an excellent option. Many people wonder how to consume it because some have never even heard of it and don't know what it tastes like or anything else. It has a very pleasant flavor and can be used a lot in everyday dishes. Visually, it looks somewhat like basil, but I think in terms of how to use it, it's more similar to watercress. It doesn't have as strong or as peppery a flavor as watercress, but its taste is somewhat reminiscent of spinach, the smaller kind, or young watercress. You can use it in soups, you can saute it with other vegetables, you can even use it in pasta with a bit of ricotta after you've cooked it. You can blanch it, chop it up, and mix it into your salad. You can blanch it and then add it to your green juice, or you can even make a tea out of it. There are various ways to use it, and if you want to get more ideas, just think about what you would do with spinach or watercress, since it fits more or less in the same category. Remember that I have a playlist here on the channel about salad greens, where I talk more about other healthy leaves for us like watercress, arugula, spinach, mustard greens, lettuce. There are several great videos there, and I'll leave the playlist down below for you to help you out. Let me know if you've ever eaten purslane or if you have any special recipes with it. I would love to see your comment. Remember to give it a like, as that helps me, and share it with anyone who might enjoy it or who needs it. Let's work together to expand this chain of good, because that's what I want here with the channel. See you next time. Bye.